It's more than 6 years now since Britain and America sent their forces to topple the government of Saddam Hussein. It was one of the most controversial foreign policy decisions of recent decades.
To show that we will stand up for what we know to be right.
The then Prime Minister, Tony Blair, believed passionately that the war was justified. Others, though, thought differently, and on the streets of Britain, hundreds of thousands marched in protest. Now, 5 Privy Councillors, all of them appointed by Downing Street, are to investigate how and why Britain went to war. They insist that they are not government placemen. They say the inquiry won't be a whitewash.
When you set up an independent inquiry of this sort, you set the members of it free to do what they will. And our determination is to do not merely a thorough job, but one that is frank and will bear public scrutiny.
The inquiry will hear from key witnesses, people like Sir Jeremy Greenstock, Britain's former ambassador to the United Nations, Sir John Scarlett, the former chairman of the Joint Intelligence Committee and later chief of MI6, and it's thought from Sir Richard Dearlove, the chief of MI6 at the time of the invasion. Then there are thousands of documents about the war, some of which have been leaked to the Sunday Telegraph. On equipment, they reveal that there were significant shortcomings. Critical stores and equipment did not arrive in time. And on planning, the documents reveal it was lacking in coherence and resources. All material for the inquiry to consider. So what the inquiry will hope to do is to build as full a picture as possible from all the documents they've seen, from questioning senior officials, before Tony Blair comes to sit right here to give evidence early in the new year. The inquiry room is not a courtroom. Nobody will be on trial here, at least not in the formal sense. But there's no question that it is the evidence of the former Prime Minister, Tony Blair, which is most keenly anticipated, especially, of course, by the relatives of those who died in Iraq. Peter Brearley's son was killed in 2003.
We want to make sure that the person responsible for Sean dying is brought to book. But we also want to make sure that, and I've said this right from the beginning, that I've said from the campaign, we also want to make sure that nobody else has to go through what we went through.
6 years on, the quest for answers as to why Britain went to war in Iraq is about to be resumed. Nicholas Witchell, BBC News, at the Iraq Inquiry.